So hello everyone, welcome back to Cloud Institution. So today in this video we're going to see about another interesting video on Azure DevOps, that is managed DevOps pools. We are going to see that now how to create a managed DevOps pools in Azure DevOps. Okay, so in order to see that we're going to the Azure portal. Okay, so here we are in the Azure portal. So now we can see, so we have created an organization. So we have created multiple organizations itself. So Cloud Institution org is the organization. We know that we have already seen that how to create this organization before, right? So now we're going in to create a test. So it's a test project. Okay, I'm logging into test project. Okay, now in this video we're going to see that self-hosted agent. Sorry, we're going to create a the agent pool that is deployed automatically by the system. Okay, so we can go back to the agent pools and you can click on agent, add agent. So it's kind of a managed DevOps pools. Okay, so what is managed DevOps pools? The managed DevOps pool is be automatically managed, and then so by default it will be managed by the Azure DevOps. Okay, so now, so in the earlier videos we have seen that how to host a how to create a self-hosted agent pools. Okay, so now in this video we're going to see that how to create a managed DevOps pools. Okay, so now as you can see here, if you click on this one, add agent pool, then it will just create in Azure. Okay, so it has to be creating in Azure. All right, so if you click on that one, it will go and create in Azure, and it's just working, right? So now what happens is that it goes and create a managed DevOps pools. Okay, so it's going to creating a managed DevOps pools. Now we can create a click on create. Okay, now click on a new resource group. That resource group is going to be okay. So what we can say, managed DevOps pools, the cloud managed DevOps pools. Okay, managed DevOps pools-org resource group. Click on OK. So manage DevOps pools. Okay. Then Dev Center. So we need to create a Dev Center. Okay. So what we have to create? First of all, we need to create a Dev Center. Okay. So the Dev Center is we don't have already created Dev Center. Now what are we going to do is that let's create a Dev Center. Okay. What is Dev Center? Is the centralized place where it can manage all your agent pools. Okay. Now let me go back to the another tab. Okay, so I'm going to the Dev Center. You already have it here, but I'm going to create Dev Center. Okay, Dev, click on Dev. You can see the Dev Center. Okay, the Dev Center is nothing but the hub. Okay, so it's traditionally managed images, so workstation sites and environmental templates and working made available to your deployment teams. Okay, so you need to create Dev Centers. So Dev Center is going to be okay. Let's create a new resource group here. Okay, it's going to be managed. Okay, so managed agent pool RG. Okay, is the resource group name, and then the name is going to be uh, managed uh, agent pool. Okay, Dev Center. Okay, sorry, Dev Center. Okay, so it should be a 26 this thing, and okay, so managed pool Dev Center. Okay, let's see if it's taking. Okay, still it's getting more. Okay, I'm going to create managed. Okay, now it's taking it up, picking it up. Okay, so managed pool Dev Center is what I'm going to create. Is on US East, East US. I'm going to create. Okay, so I'm creating on US East US region. Okay, so now I'm clicking on create. Now this particular Dev Center creation, we will take some time. Okay, so what we can do meanwhile is that so before that is creating Dev Center, we can go here. Dev Center is getting created. All right, so is the US East one region, and so the resource group. Okay, let's refresh it here, so that it get a new resource group. Okay, create managed DevOps pools. All right, so the resource group whatever we created is managed agent pool or G. Okay, Dev Center is still not showing. So meanwhile, what we can do is Azure DevOps organization. So we need to go and pick that Azure DevOps organization. What is the Azure DevOps organization name? Okay, name is going to be, copy this particular Azure DevOps agent name and then paste it over here. Okay, please insert only the name must be start with. Okay, so I think we can remove this one. All right, so now let's go back to the dev center. It is still in progress. Okay, now let's, okay, maximum. So let's give all the other names. Okay, pool name is going to be managed agent pool. Okay, so managed agent pool is what the pool name. Okay, so I think it already exists probably. So managed agent pool one. Okay, or what I can do is I can cloud institution uh, pool. Okay, so this is what the name which I'm going to give. It's kind of a cloud institution pool. All right. So now what we can do, I'm going to check whether the dev center is created or not. Okay, deployment is still in progress. Now, meanwhile, what I'm going to do, I'm going to maximum agents. Oh, what is the maximum agents I have to be creating? Maximum agent, I'm giving one. Okay, so now it's telling that no available quota for this SKU and selected maximum agent. Okay, so for now, what we can do is we can go and change the, okay, so now we can go and change the quota size, so I'm going to choose F series or ref series. I'm just giving some kind of a bigger application, and let me just see if it's able to picking it up. Okay, it's just picking it up now. So now deployment is done now. So for the dev center managed pool, dev center is done, and I'm going to choose the dev center again. Okay, it's still trying to pick it up. Okay, probably what I have to do is that I have to go and refresh the page. It's not picking it up automatically, this one. So I need to fill in all the details again. Okay. Okay, as you can see here, what is the name of the tool? Agent pool, this one. So manage agent pool dev center is already created. Okay, so the dev center project is going to be, okay, so create a new project. Okay, so create a new project. This managed project is going to be dev center project. Okay, okay, sorry, this is dev center and the project is going to be project one, dev project one. Okay, click on OK. Okay, so here the organization, as you can mention, this is the organization name, and we need to give this one. So it's going to picking it up, and pool name. Okay, cloud pool, cloud managed, cloud managed pool. All right. So is the ES2S is the one. Okay. Now, okay, agent is one. Okay, so no quota is there. Okay, you can change something to something else. Okay, so we need to choose some kind of some of the bigger SKU types. I'm going to give this one, and now it's working. Okay, so please make sure that your SKU size is suitable for your application. For now, I'm going to create, and for the testing purpose, I'm going to delete it immediately after this after this experiment is done. Okay, now it's creating the agent pool. Okay, so now the agent pool is going to be creating. All right, so it takes some time. So the cloud managed pool, see, so here, as you can see here, there is no uh, managed agent pool is not created. You know, now it has to be computed to show it here. All right, now let's go back to the repository from here. Okay, I'm clicking on the repositories. I'm going to create a simple pipeline. Okay, so we already have a pipeline code. Okay, so pipeline.yaml is very, very simple pipeline. Okay, so the simple pipeline is the pipeline.yaml file. So what I have to do is that, so here the trigger is none, and then pool is going to be this pool. Okay, so it's a self-hosted. In the previous video, what we have done, we have used a self-hosted agent pool. Okay, that is called this one. This is the self-hosted agent pool which we have created. Now what we can do is we are going to create a managed pool. Okay, so that managed pool is going to be still creating. Now what we have to do is that we're going to copy this one. Okay, we are going to copy this one and we're going to paste it like this. Okay, so paste it like this. All right, so now is what is going to be telling is that cloud institution. So what I can add it here is that, welcome to cloud institution. Okay, so this is managed agent pool. Okay, pool demo. All right, okay, so now is the managed agent pool demo. Okay, so display name is going to be, okay, so the managed agent pool demo is what I'm just going to give it as well here. All right, okay, so now I'm going to commit. Okay, I'm committing into main branch. Now it's all done. Okay, I'm going back to, the managed pool, and still let me just refresh it just to see still deploying. Okay, so it may take some time, right? So now what we can do is let's go and create a pipeline using, we'll create a new pipeline. Okay, so using this new updated file. Now what we can do is go to the pipelines, click on pipelines in the new tab. Okay, so previously I've created a lot of pipelines. Click on new pipeline. Okay, so click on OIML repository, and then which repository this pipeline is available. It's a Terraform repository. Okay, the Terraform repository is what the Terraform repository over showing here. Click on existing Azure pipeline.yaml file. Okay, so I'm going to choose existing Azure pipeline YAML file. Okay, so what is the YAML file which I'm going to choose it? So pipeline.yaml. So as you can see here, this is called pipeline.yaml. All right, okay, so now everything is done. I'm going to continue, and if you can continue here, so the cloud managed pool is what something I'm going to use to run this pipeline. All right, so now let's go back and see whether this particular deployment is successful or not. Okay, still not successful. What we can do is, so we're going to, it'll take some time, right? So that's why I'm creating pipeline. So what I can do is, instead of click on this one, and we need to click on save. Okay, now what's happening is that we have created a pipeline. Okay, so this is the pipeline. So now what you have to do, we need to run a pipeline. So now created a pipeline. Now let's run a pipeline. Okay, so now before running a pipeline, we can go and check that agent pools. If the self-hosted agent pool is only there, let's see that the managed agent pool is added or not. Still, it is not added. Okay, so guys, we need to wait until this managed agent pool is been appearing in the in the agent pool section. All right, okay, so now let's see the deployment is still not done. So what happens if you go and run a pipeline now? Okay, so it is just telling that, so there was a resource authentication issue, the pipeline is not valid. Okay, could not find the pool with the name cloud managed pool. Okay, this pool does not exist, or is not has been authorized to use for. Okay, so authorized resource, if you authorize resource, you can authorize resource like this. Okay, so for now what happens is that, it will take some time to create this managed pool. It has to be appearing in the managed pool section. Okay, now this deployment is still going on, so we need to wait for this deployment to be completed. Okay, you can see the progress over here, that, so deployment still will be completed. We can also go and see that managed. We can go and see in the next tab